Today we're going to climb to the precipice of 700 episodes. We're going to be like right there, right near the 700 mark at the end of this video. So we're doing episodes 696, 697, 698, and 699. So I'm looking forward to jumping into this. I'm looking forward to you know, getting close to that 700 mark. And I mean, every time I hit or get close to 100 mark, like, it's so short between those times that I really feel like I'm getting through the show quickly, you know? I went to the start, I was like looking at my schedule, my calendar for the year, right? And you know, I've still got, like, I can click back to January of 2024. So I clicked back to January and saw that in January I was on episode 259 at the start of January. So and now we're almost on 700. That's an insane amount of episodes for 1 year, for one calendar year. So you know, if we keep that pace up or even go a little bit faster, which it is possible we go a little bit faster, but it's possible. I'm not saying we are going to, but it is possible we go a little bit farther, sorry, in the coming year. Maybe we catch up in this coming year. Maybe in 2025, Gent catches up to One Piece. I don't know. I really don't, but I gotta try. And I mean, this is all assuming that I can continue to do this channel. You know, this channel continues to get enough support that justifies me doing videos. Honestly, I'm very pleased that, like, that people are still watching these videos and people are still enjoying them. Please continue to support them if you can, because yeah, like, I did think when I started One Piece, in fact I said, I believe when I started One Piece, like, if people aren't into it, I have to stop. Like, if there's not an audience for it, I'm not going to be doing this. If there's like 2 people who watch it, I'm not going to be doing 1,000 episodes of something that 2 people are going to watch, you know? But there's a decent amount of you out there who are interested in this. So please keep supporting these videos to keep pushing me forward, to get further and further and deeper into this beautiful series. Like, no matter what, I'm going to finish One Piece. No matter what. It's just, you know, can I continue to do it on this channel for an audience and make some great videos out of it? So, yeah. But the goal, assuming everything goes right, the goal is to I'm setting a loose goal to finish or to catch up with One Piece in 2025, like by the end of the year. It's a sort of lofty goal because, look, if we're about to hit 700, and we do 365 episodes per year, because I do 7 a week, which is 1 a day. So if that's the case, 365 episodes per year, which means we'll get to 1,065 at a regular pace, just going the normal pace. And that's not including if we skip filler, which I don't know how much filler there is in these episodes. I feel like there's probably less filler as it goes on, but I don't know. Like, I feel like there's more stretching out, but I don't know. Is there just as much filler? Is there less filler? Is there more filler? I don't know. If there's more filler, like if there's huge chunks of filler, then it'll go even quicker. But it'll bring us to 1,065 out of how many episodes of One Piece are there? Currently there's 1,122. So, like, I'd be pretty damn close if we just go at a normal pace, not including filler. Man, there's a lot of math that I could do. I just quickly opened up the One Piece filler list, actually, just to see. I'm not looking at the episode titles or pictures or anything. I'm just looking at the numbers, and the filler list only has, I mean, from this point onward, I feel like there's like 4 there, 3 there, 2 there, 1 there, 2 there. So there's like 10 to 15 filler episodes for the rest of the show. Just like pure filler episodes. So really not that many. There's not like, it doesn't look like there's many huge arcs or anything of filler from this point onwards, which is kind of crazy that we still got a decent amount of show left. The fact that they're not doing like huge massive filler episodes or filler arcs or whatever But I guess that kind of went more and more out of style, I feel like, as the years went on, doing these big filler arcs, I feel like. But yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. That was a lot of math to start the video. Let's just watch these episodes. I'm really excited to jump into these. And as I said in the previous videos, the goal of this was to get up to 699, episode 699, because that's where Crunchyroll puts a split, and I know that it's likely an arbitrary split, that there's no reason for it, but we're gonna be going there. And hey, maybe I'll get into 699 and I'll go, oh, that's actually like a nice little split place, like, you know, that maybe there'll be like a cool maybe there'll be a cool cliffhanger there, maybe there won't be. Maybe it's gonna be in the middle of something that I'm like, no, don't end it there, or maybe it's gonna be the most boring episode I've ever seen. I don't know. Dressrosa has all those kinds of episodes. That could be some of the most amazing shit I've ever seen in my life. And then also there could be like an entire episode where they're literally doing nothing, like they're just running towards a palace. So yeah, let's jump into it. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. You can get the next 20 or so episodes of Dressrosa on my Patreon account right now. And you can also join the YouTube membership down below to get 1 week early on edited videos. But let's jump into this. This is Dressrosa, episode 696 of One Piece. Woo! Okay, recap Rubik's. If you are new to the channel, this is a recap Rubik's Cube. It is a Rubik's Cube that I do while the recap is going on, and the goal is to beat the recap. Alright, that's the cube complete. Okay, this episode is going to be called The Battle of the Sunflower Field. Rebecca versus Diamante. I think that one is a pretty decent chance to, you know, be somewhat accurate, because it showed the sunflowers then. Yep, just keep moving. Oh man, she's just defending and running. I mean, yeah, that's her entire style, right? Just defend and dodge. Oh, man. Those poor sunflowers. Oh, where'd he go? Shit. Maybe he's one of these sunflowers. Oh, no, there he is. God damn, man. Yeah, did you come to kill me? Oh! Holy shit, there's like... Oh, no, was that the key? Shit! We need that! Rebecca, go get that key back. Oh, man. So much rage in those eyes. I don't like that he's getting satisfaction from the battle. Okay, you still see the key. Mm-hmm. The key is more important than the battle. The fucking laugh getting weirder and weirder each time it cuts back. She's going for the key? Yeah. Yeah. Good. She's not dumb. She's not letting him taunt her. That's good. I like that she's very smart about this. Oh no. Is this about to work? Whatever this challenge is. What the fuck's going on? Whoa! Oh my god! He can do that? Looks like the animation's quite decent this episode. Oh god. Is Luffy gonna get here? Kiros, someone, please. Oh my god. It's so fucked. Oh, it's gotta be Luffy, right? Or Kiros? Is he here? Yes! Yes! Fuck him up! Cut him into a million pieces. Make him eat his own cock. Yes! And the reunion. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh my god. I love Kiros. Yes, please. Fuck him up. Come on, take him down in the next few minutes, like in this episode. Oh! Oh, shit! Real animation! Oh! Damn! This is legit! You get the key? Get the key for him? I would say throw it, but that's a big risk, honestly. You know, if I take off my undershirt and I just have like my bare chest here, then I'm kind of doing like a Lucy cosplay. Oh shit! That's right. Oh, nice! You used him to launch. That's great. Yep. Do you expect her to toss it? Because that's a lot to... Oh no, yeah, you can stretch. That's right, you have those powers, don't you? Okay, now you have to unlock Law, and then he can get you out with his power. Room. Oh, that's cool. There we go. I like the handcuffs falling down. Oh, finally. Finally, Law can fight again. Oh my gosh, that's so hype. Yeah, you can be pissed all you want, but Kiros is still here, buddy. Yes! Mochironda! Oh. Oh, what a cute moment. Oh. He like took a second to like check on her. That's so cute. Oh. What a great scene. Oh no. That's alright. He's quick. Yeah. No, come on. Kiros has got to stop him from stopping Luffy. Oh shit. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, you're like full on energy right now. Yeah. Oh. Are you fixing your own injuries? Damn. Damn. Yeah, I remember. We can try. Oh no, who's here? Oh, just a dude. And Sugar's still walking down the hallways. I thought Usopp would have taken Sugar out before Luffy got up here. And you've lost them all. Oh no, did you lose all your slaves? What are they building? Okay. Okay, so it's about Usopp taking her out before she touches Luffy. That's what it's gonna be. Okay, that was One Piece. That was a good episode. That's so good. That was like, oh, that was a really good episode. Like, what a way to start this video. I loved so much of the stuff that happened this episode. This was just so great from start to finish. Like I'm pretty sure every scene was like really good and really fun, and the pacing was solid overall. Like, you know, for this arc especially, like the pacing was better than normal. And I mean, I guess it was just like the stuff that was actually happening was really interesting. So even if like the start of the Rebecca and Diamante stuff, like even if the start of that was like a little bit slow, it didn't matter because it was still like interesting seeing that stuff. But yeah, so really good episode. There was good animation this episode as well. Like I feel like they put a pretty good director on this episode or whatever they did, because it felt like the animation in a lot of the points just felt like there were parts where they could have been lazy, but they weren't. Like there was some like subtle movements in the way that Rebecca was running away, or like breathing, or like, you know, like looking scared or whatever. Like there were just small things that you could easily just have one frame, but they were instead animating like quite a lot. And I'm not saying like they were animating quite a lot. Like there's no euphemism there. I'm literally saying like they were animating like a lot of her. And making it look more real, and like it was adding to how panicked she looked. You know, it was working really well for the scene, and they were also like making Diamante look more imposing and scary. So it was really cool. I liked that a lot. Kiros coming back, saving Rebecca, and then saying like, I'm sorry, like when I was a toy, all I could really do was like teach you how to fight. Like I had nothing that I could really do for you. The only way I could give you any guidance is to teach you how to fight, because you had no one else to protect you, right? But now that I'm here, you don't need to fight anymore, because I know you're not a fighter. And I really love that, where it's like it killed him all those years to be like training him in something that's not in her nature, and that she didn't like to do. She didn't enjoy fighting. She didn't want to fight people, and whenever she did have to fight people, she would do it in like the way that causes the least harm, because that's not the kind of person she is. And I love that now Kiros is like, but I'm back, so there's no fucking way that I'm gonna like make you fight again. So instead, just like, you know, sit back and let me save you, which I really like. And I think something that's like kind of nice about it, if we're getting into like a meta aspect of it, and you know, if I go a little bit woke for a second, that you have the whole idea of like there's like, okay, she's a female character, like you might run into the problem of like, well, you know, female characters are very often like shown as, you know, kind of helpless in these scenes, and she's you know, like supposed to be a somewhat capable fighter, but she's like running away in fear the entire time and crying and scared and stuff. But like, you know, that's the very, very surface level analysis of that scene, right? If you have no other context of the characters and of the scene. But I think what really makes it kind of work nicely, going a step beyond that, is the fact that her character, what we as an audience should want for a character, is not fighting. Like that, so her being a sort of damsel in distress, for lack of a better term, at the end of the scene, is like, that was the goal of the scene, to get her to that position. We want her in the position where she's not fighting, for herself, where she's getting to be saved by someone, because she spent so long having to be her own savior. So I think it's actually like a nice, it's like a nice twist almost on like a damsel in distress character, where it's like, throughout the, you know, the last few years or whatever, she's had to fight for herself, and that sucks that she has to do that. So like, so, you know, we get to reward that character for the shit she's gone through by just letting her take a step back. It's cool. It's fun, you know? I think that's like, I don't know if that's the, like, necessarily the intention of the writing, and I doubt it is, but like, it doesn't mean it's not a thing we can take away from this episode and from this series, because it nicely fits into some fun meta themes on these sorts of characters. And we got Law back. Law's free again. He can use his powers, and I like what he said about, like, you know, I've got a certain amount of energy, and so in a weird way, me being locked up this entire time is actually kind of good, because now I'm basically almost at full capacity. Like, he used Shambles once, and he used Room once, and then he used Scalpel on himself, and so he's used like 3 moves. Like, he's pretty fresh other than that. I mean, he's still kind of injured, so he's not going to be at 100%, right? He's still weakened, but he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. He's got a lot of energy in the bag to be able to use if they need it. I don't know how he's going to be used. Like, I don't know what is... Because the thing is, like, I feel like, you know, no matter what else happens in One Piece, they do tend to leave the boss for Luffy. Like, Oda switches up a lot of the ways that these arcs go and changes the formula quite a lot. But I feel like every time it has still been like a one-on-one with Luffy. Like, Luffy definitely one-on-one'd Crocodile. He one-on-one'd Eneru. He one-on-one'd Caesar. He one-on-one'd... I'm trying to think of like other bosses. Moria. He one-on-one Moria. And Oars, right? Well, no, Oars everyone kind of took down, but yeah, he definitely one-on-one Moria. So it's like all of these characters, they do leave it for it just to be Luffy for facing them, right? Are they going to do that again? Because now Law's here. So are they going to give Law something else to do? I think what's most likely going to happen is they are going to be like Doflamingo and Luffy and Law are going to be kind of all fighting together. And then Law's going to get taken out in some way, like completely taken out of the battle in one way or another. I don't think he's going to die, because we already had like a fake out death on him earlier, in which I said that fake out death, like if he died here, that would make sense for the story, but then he, you know, then he didn't die. So I guess, you know, there you go. But yeah, so he one-on-one, like I feel like he could have a 1v1 against Doflamingo after Law is taken out. But I think it would be cool if the final battle was Law and Luffy working together against Doflamingo and they take him out together. I think that would be cool. Like, I feel like Luffy doesn't always need to completely, you know, take them down by himself, but you know, I feel like that maybe is part of what Oda wants to do with it, where it's like he wants to prove that Luffy's at that level, and if there's always an asterisk next to it where it's like Luffy beat Doflamingo, but asterisk, he beat Doflamingo with the help of Law, you know, then maybe Oda feels like that's not a good enough accomplishment. But I mean, you know, you could say that, but then also you could put that actually, no. I'm going to take back what I was about to say. I was going to say you could put an asterisk on other villains, but actually now that I'm thinking about it, you kind of can't. I was gonna say you could put an asterisk on something like his fight with Moria because he had the Nightmare Luffy powers, but actually he fought Oars with the Nightmare Luffy powers, right? And then when he was fighting Moria, he was just using his own strength, and Moria had the shadow powers. So yeah, I feel like there's no asterisks on Luffy's victories so far. So yeah, maybe Oda just wants him to have like a clear, you know, this is like Luffy won without any tricks or gimmicks or whatever, like he just straight up won. So I kind of get that. But I think my favorite part of the episode for everything is the bit where Luffy is, you know, going towards Doflamingo and he's fired up, he's ready to fight, and he's going there as fast as he can, and then he turns around and sees Rebecca there and goes back to Rebecca and goes like, hey, bet you're pretty happy to see your dad again, huh? And like, it's just like chatting with her and checking on her and like making her feel better. I think moments like that are so precious to me because, like, to me, it signifies that Luffy is thinking of another person. And it's such a simple thing, but it's like he's got so much important going on. No one would blame Luffy for just beelining it to Doflamingo and ignoring Rebecca, right? Or just saying like, hey, and then moving past, right? But he didn't. He thanked her. Like, just, like, not even just like a, thanks, Rebecca. He stopped, looked at her, like, crouched down beside her and said, hey, thank you for getting that key for me. Like, that on its own is just really, really nice. And, like, you know, saw Kyros and saw her there and in his head, like, went through the emotions she would be feeling and talked to her about it, which I think it just... I feel like that's got to be so therapeutic for Rebecca, who she's like overwhelmingly, like she's being overwhelmed by her own emotions in that moment. And then Luffy's talking to her. That's a really sweet moment where she can sort of, I think sometimes when people say stuff like that to you, you can it kind of clicks and you're like, I'm allowed to enjoy this. Like I'm allowed to be happy about this moment because someone is sitting next to me and saying like, hey, I bet this is great, huh? So I think that like really helps her in a moment like that, like understand, you know, this is what's important in this moment. I know you might be scared because Diamante and your dad are fighting or whatever, but focus on this happy moment right here. It's really, really beautiful. And it just makes me like, Oda is brilliant at writing emotional intelligence. Brilliant. It's Luffy as a character consistently surprises me with how emotionally intelligent he is. And it doesn't just surprise me because it's like, wow, this character's really emotionally intelligent, but like, wow, this writer can really portray that in a lot of interesting ways, in a lot of engaging ways that really feel authentic to the character. And he just does them in the right moments, and that is the right moment to do that section there. So just beautiful. It like that got me tearing up. I loved that. It was so good. But now, yeah, so Sugar seems to like she's going for Luffy, and it's like Luffy's distracted right now, so if she just touches him, then that's it. That's fucking it. You know, I imagine if she touches Luffy and no one takes out Sugar, then the whole plan is fucked because everyone will forget about Luffy, and so everything's fucked. So yeah, we don't want that to happen. We don't. So I feel like that means next episode maybe is the Usopp thing. By the way, what was the name of this episode? A Tearful Reunion, Rebecca and Kyros. That makes sense. Okay, I wanted to see if I got, like, I felt like with that one I got the title right. I didn't. I didn't. But yeah, I want to apologize because I did say I would try to like check the titles more often, and I always forget. Like I'll do the discussion and I'll forget to check the title, and then partway through the next episode I'll be like, okay, you know what? At the end of the video I'll just check all the titles, and then I forget to do that. So sometimes I will forget afterwards, but But I did say normally what I do is, you know, I'll guess the title when it's popping up on the screen, and then I check it after I've watched the episode. I'll continue to try to do that, but I'm gonna very often forget. All right, let's move on to the next episode. This is episode 697. Here we go. Hey, let's go. Recap Rubik's. Here we go. And that's a cube complete. Okay, this episode is going to be called A Fantastic Shot, Usopp's Grand Snipe. Okay, what are you fuckers working on? It's done, what is it? Oh, he likes it? Okay. Terrible but fine. I mean, as long as it's functional. Doesn't matter what it looks like. What is that? Bagworm. Is it gonna have what? Like a bunch of bugs in it or something? Like something... No, they already did that with Perina, I feel like. Don't underestimate Usopp. Yes, baby! You can see that she's probably getting close to Luffy, right? With that fucking crazed expression on her face. What happened to her, like... She used to be so flat expression. Since she wants revenge now, though, she's crazy. I mean, yeah, that is fucking hard not to hurt anyone. You got this, Usopp. You got this. So what's Usopp gonna do? Is he gonna like lob it over? Or is he gonna go like right through? Damn it, man, this wouldn't be happening if you didn't build a fucking ladder for them. So you have to stop them without hurting them. And they outnumber you by a lot. It hasn't failed me so far. Oh, she's actually gonna draw attention to herself? Right. I was trying to think about it. I guess they don't know her, huh? Aw, she's good at that. She has to find an excuse to touch them. That expression. I never realized Law's robe says Corazon on it. Man. I mean, yeah, don't kill them, but you might have to hurt them. I mean, yeah, you can stop some with your body, but they're gonna not have numbers on you. Okay. Oh my god, it's such a long shot. Oh my god. It's so specific and I love it. That's so cool. Oh, this is so cool. Damn, she's fucking accurate. Oh my, it's about the size of the ammo, so you need to get like a perfect shot. So she needs to step out from behind the post. Now she's stepping out. Oh, she got so close to touching him there. Oh, it's food. Oh my god. This is so tense. Fire! Yeah, it's mid-card. Yeah. Could just... If you cut away, I'm dropping the show. Okay, they didn't cut away. Thank God. Whew. I think he's fucking scared. I mean, this is a scary shot to try to make. But come on, Usopp. You're the only person who can do this. Yes, you can. Oh. That makes sense. Take a deep breath. Oh, shit! Oh my God. Oh my God. No! What? No way! No, is that in his head? That was in his head. Holy shit! I thought there's no fucking way. That was cruel. Mm-hmm. Oh! What? What's happening? He's getting like a path there. What is this? You see the aura? Is this Haki? Is he using observation Haki or something? Okay. Oh shit! Oh yeah. This is like... This reminds me of Arcane, the end of Arcane Season 1. Holy shit, it's so complex! That special ammo? It's him! Oh my God, he's playing on her PTSD? So it doesn't even matter if it hits her. It just needs to get close enough that she sees it. That's so funny. Yes, and all the fucking... Yes! They're gonna turn back. Are they gonna crumble first? Don't they have to turn into people? What? Do they not turn back into people? Are they just doomed? Aww. He's so amazing. Did these two recognize the name Sugar? Don't they know the name Sugar at least? Even if they don't know what she looks like? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Oh my God, they're here. Holy shit, man. Oh my God. I guess you could have Law have to deal with Trebo? Kick your ass. Yeah. You're disappointed. Okay. Ooh, such a good episode. I mean, that's the thing. This episode had slow pacing in a way, but it's slow pacing on such a good moment that it doesn't matter. I say this so much, but it's like when you have slow pacing in moments like when they were like running towards the palace and they were like fighting random people, you know? Or we come across some stupid enemy and they're just doing jokes back and forth or something, you know? Like that slow pacing, you really feel it, you know? Like that, it really, really drags it down because not only is the pacing slow, but also it's slow for something you don't even care about the events of, you know? Like, we know they're gonna get to the palace or whatever. Like, that's not stressful, it's not engaging or whatever. If there's slow pacing for a scene like this, I can deal with it. Because the idea is the tension of the scene. Okay, and like, I mean, they dedicated the entire episode. I mean, they literally dedicated 20 minutes to Usopp making one shot, right? But I did not care because it was really engaging to me the entire time. I was super invested in how it was gonna go. I loved watching it. Like, I wasn't bored during that episode at all. So, and I could feel like them stretching it out. I could feel them, you know, doing more and more shots of Usopp sweating and going or whatever. Doesn't matter. It was fucking good. It was fucking good. I really liked it. I'm just so giddy because for this video, we've done 2 episodes in this video so far, and it's like, and they were both just fucking fantastic episodes. And to like let you peek behind the curtain a little bit, right? I was gonna do 2 episodes, like record 2 episodes now, and then go and record my video for Tower of God, which is an episode of Tower of God that's coming out tomorrow or whatever, which I have to record before tomorrow. And so I was gonna do 2 episodes of One Piece and then record Tower of God and then edit Tower of God and upload that for tomorrow and then go to bed. That was what I was gonna do. And I kind of just have time to do that. But now, after watching this episode, I want to watch the next episode. So I'm actually trying to consider it in my head, like, is there a way I'm going to have time to do Tower of God and then also come back and record this? I don't know. So I'm just going to do this discussion and maybe I'll get time to do both. I doubt it, but maybe I will. Yeah, anyway, it was a great episode. I loved the shot. The shot was really cool. The fake out, man, the fake out was pretty good. Like, I think, like, while it was happening, there was a part of me that was like, yeah, this is fake, but also they were doing it kind of convincingly, and I was just going through in my head, like, well, if this is real, how do they write themselves out of this situation? Like, is this going to change the entire fucking arc now? Because now we have to figure out how to do this, but it didn't happen, so it's crazy. And I mean, I was wondering what the ammo was going to be. The fact that it's just like an Usopp balloon, like it's just this one thing that is just Usopp going bleh. It's really, really funny. Because it's like, it's simultaneously goofy and epic. And when Oda can like thread that needle perfectly, it's so good. Because it is a joke, it is a punchline, but it doesn't make the moment any less cool, because Usopp still made like a pinpoint precision shot and it still did the same thing as if, you know, like if it was just a rock that hit her in the head and knocked her out or whatever. Like, yeah, cool. That's a cool scene, and it would have been just as cool to watch like that scene, and the build up and the actual like nailing of the shot would have been just as epic. But he did all of that and made it that epic, and then also managed to put a joke in at the end, which is really, really good. So, yeah, that's just so funny. I wonder, though, if that was Usopp using Haki. I don't want anyone to confirm or deny it necessarily, because I feel like the ambiguity of it is fun. Like, not knowing right now if that was actually Haki or if that was just him being in the zone. But, like, and, you know, people could say, like, well, obviously it was Haki, and, like, the show needs you to know it's Haki or whatever. But, like, I feel like it's more fun for me right now if I'm on the fence about whether it's Haki or not. Because he, like, as I've said before, like, I know all the applications of Haki or whatever, and yet still I like will not know exactly how Haki manifests itself sometimes, because it's still like relatively vague, even though it's like there are 3 applications of Haki and here's exactly what they are, and we've seen them and heard about them, and we got Rayleigh explaining them all in quite big detail, and yet I still feel like it can manifest itself in different ways and look different for different people and stuff. So So unless I see Usopp having a glowing black fist or whatever, I'm not gonna like confirm that he's using Haki. But it does make sense if he does end up being able to use observation Haki at least. Like that makes sense to me. I doubt he'll ever be able to use armament Haki or Conqueror's Haki. But it does make sense to me if he's able to use observation Haki, because that would just fit his character very nicely, I think. I think it would be cool if, like, by the end of the series, every Straw Hat member has Haki of some sort. Like, I can see, you know, Nami having observation Haki. I can see Robin getting armament Haki. Or, like, because Conqueror's Haki is, like, a special one, isn't it? You know, like, that's particularly... you know, for particular people essentially, but it would be kind of cool if like Robin or someone could get that as well. But yeah, I could see Frankie getting armament Haki. We only know of Zoro and Sanji that do have Haki, right? Other than Luffy. I could see Chopper getting observation Haki, possibly. And Brook, armament? I can see armament, you know, like he's infusing his sword with or whatever, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter, but it's fun to think about, like, if all the Straw Hats ended up getting Haki by the end of the series, and we're just like a fucking badass crew. Because, I mean, I imagine by the end of this series, we're going to be a fucking insanely powerful crew. Yeah, anyway, so good. Alright. I think, oh yeah, and also I noticed in this episode for the first time that it said Corazon on Law's clothes. It's just a fun detail that I've never thought about before, but now that I know the name Corazon, that's crazy. All right, let's move on to the next episode. I don't know if I'm recording it tonight or tomorrow, but you guys will see it right now. This is episode 698 of One Piece. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. And that's the cube complete. Okay, this episode is gonna be called A Pointless Diversion. Side characters do stupid bullshit for an episode. I'm just predicting that we're not gonna see much of that conversation. Are they gonna turn into people? Why are they falling apart? Aren't they still people? There we go. Oh. Is it multiple people make up one toy? Oh, that's why they fell apart. What? Yeah, this girl never passes out and she's done it twice in one day. Yeah, I'm sure you were. Oh, that's true. That's very true. Alright, yeah, surely the three of you versus Gladius, you can do it. Oh my god. Oh yeah, Bellamy. I forgot about him. I saw someone there on the floor before and I didn't even think about who it was. It's complicated. If a character does one good deed for us, he's our friend forever. Is there a reason you have to be here, man? Oh my god. Alright, let's win then. God damn it, man. Man, you're just making Luffy more and more pissed by the second. I mean, he is kind of a cheap thug, but we don't want this shit to happen to him. That's fucking sad. Yeah. Luffy's gotten fired up again. This is what Law said not to do. Oh, shit, man. Yeah, you need to calm down. And you could kill Bellamy as well. Oh my god, dude. This guy's so annoying. Yes, we did. Okay, Monet wasn't our fault. Monet was fucking Caesar. I believe this. I absolutely believe that. Now you're gonna lose your cool a bit. The third Corazon. Oh my gosh, I wonder when we're getting that full backstory. Shit, man. Yep. And I mean, his clones are pretty fucking strong. Well, you still got Treble, right? Oh god, he's like, oh no, he's blood bending. This is awful. Yes, thank you. Thank you for telling him. Otherwise, that might have been really annoying. We're back to these guys. I don't think we need to see this. Actually, I mean, I guess if we're gonna see like Baby 5 and stuff, that's what I care about. Yeah, and Lao G. Okay, I do kind of care about these battles. Putting on the glasses is great. Oh, man, the like insanity in Dillinger's eyes is so great. Oh. That's so cool. That's so cool. Her way of fighting is so great. You're my target now. You're flustering her again. Hell yeah. Yeah, baby. Still not attacking Gladius, but... Oh my god, I forgot this was still happening. We're just gonna be shit-talking each other, but with a lot of respect the whole time. Yeah, Kyrus. Diamante's on the fucking offensive. I actually thought it'd be the other way around. But Diamante's like impatient to save Doflamingo right now. He doesn't want to hit a friend. Oh. I do remember that line because that's a cool fucking line. Yeah, you pussy. Do it. Do it. Just fucking do it. I know, but it's Luffy. He can do it. No, you use room and swap his position. Is that the strat? Yeah? Swap his position so he's actually attacking in the right place. Oh, it's Red Hawk? Yes! It is Red Hawk! Hell yeah! Fucking awesome. Oh, that's so good. Oh! Radio knife? Oh, that's so satisfying. Oh, come on, you loved it. Oh, this music. Man, when I get to those episodes of One Piece, and you guys can, like, I'm sure you can tell in the videos when I get to the giddy episodes. Like, there's those parts of the arc, and it's normally like the climax of the arc, or like 3/4 of the way through. You're like, because right now I think we're probably about 3/4 of the way through this arc, right? So like when you get to this point in the arc, essentially where like all the cool shit is happening, it makes me just giddy. And giddy is the best word to describe it, because I'm giggling like a little girl. Like I'm watching these episodes and there's nothing like it. It's so good. It's so much fun and so hype. It makes me think back to like when I started this show. Like I liked this show from episode 1. Like episode 1, I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is gonna be a good adventure, and I loved the potential. And I loved Nami early on, and like there was a lot of stuff that I thought was very cool. And I got emotionally invested in some things here or there, but like really like early on in the show, it was like I wasn't gonna be feeling as much hype about shit going on and as much emotion and like just as invested, where like I start feeling it in my chest. That's when a show really has me, which is like when I feel it in my chest. And it's hard to get that feeling. Like I've said this before, there are shows that I love that are really good shows, but they never get there. This is a special place. This is where my heart is. Like a show has to do special things to get in there, and a show can do special things and still not get in here, But One Piece, I mean, it's carved out a section of my chest and has it specifically for itself. Like when I'm watching One Piece when it's really good, there's nothing that fills that space anymore. That space is purely One Piece. And it's brilliant. It's so good. Like like this is the same show that in like 2 or 3 videos ago, nothing really happens for 3 or 4 episodes or whatever, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, this is a decent episode, and I talk about like one thing here or there, and then move on to the next thing, and it's like there's not really a crazy amount happening, and so like I'm enjoying the episodes because it's One Piece and One Piece is entertaining and stuff, but it's just like at that point it's just being an average show, but then you have episodes like this and the last one and the one before that, like the last 3 episodes, everything we've done in this video so far, and it just makes me so happy. It just really, really gets me excited. So yeah, I'm smiling right now because I'm just so happy. Speaking of smiling, I like Doflamingo talking about like, you shouldn't be saying that I'm stone-hearted. I'm not. You did this to me. You did this to me. You did this to me. Like you fucked over. Like you got rid of my my production line. You took out Virgo. You took out Monet. You like fucked over, these things over here. You got rid of all my toys. Like you did all of this horrible, crazy shit that's really fucked with me time and time again. I'm smiling right now because I am so pissed off. Like I'm not stone-hearted. I have emotions. This emotion that I'm feeling right now is what's driving me. I'm fucking pissed at you. I really liked that sequence because it's like, it really, I mean, we've seen Doflamingo, get angrier and angrier, and especially when he's like, he puts on the that like front whenever he's in front of other people or whenever he's in front of his enemies. But we've seen him like looking at things that Luffy or Law or whatever did behind the scenes, and he's like smiling, but then he like turns and you just see his face drop, and like it's so frustrated. But when he's in front of people, all he can do is like laugh and intimidate them. Like that's his best strategy, and it works well because it does intimidate. Like it intimidates Luffy and it intimidates Law. And you have this sort of dynamic here where, like, Law, like, the way I see this scene with Law and Luffy and Doflamingo reminds me a lot of, like, when Deku and Bakugo were up against All Might in My Hero, right? In one of the classes. Because there's, like, just like in that scene, there's, like, different ways that the two people are approaching this scenario, and because they're not, like, lined up in how they think about their enemy, that they are, like, Law and Luffy aren't working together as a team, you know, at the start of this episode super well. So, like, Law thinks of it, because, like, in the reason I'm comparing it to My Hero is because in My Hero, there's, like, Deku thinks of All Might as this, like, godly figure that no one can ever beat, so he just wants to run away. But Bakugo thinks of himself as someone who needs to overcome any obstacles and who's gonna come out on top no matter what, so he thinks they need to attack All Might, you know? So, in this, the reason I'm comparing it to this is because in this scene, like, Law thinks we need to do away with our emotions because his strategy is to manipulate our emotions, and we can't be, like, pulled in by his strategy, so we need to stay calm and have, like, the perfect plan and do it in the right way. Like, he's thinking about it very logically. He's a very logical person, while Luffy is not. Luffy's not logical at all. He's a very emotional person. And so Luffy's thinking, I'm pissed off right now, and the source of what I'm pissed off at is here. And if, like, it's as simple as we need to punch him enough. That's really as simple as it is. And, like, the thing is, like, either of their strategies would probably work. They just needed to choose and commit to one. Because if you go with Law's strategy of, like, hey, staying calm and, like, doing things in the right way and waiting for an opening and not letting your emotions get to you, then yeah, like, maybe his provocations don't get to you, and, like, and whatever, like, you can figure out a way through. But if you go with Luffy's plan, which is what they ended up doing by the end of the episode, you are fueled by emotion, which probably makes you stronger, depending on who you are. But with Luffy, it makes you stronger. For some people, being fueled by emotion just makes them, like, makes them sloppy, essentially. But Luffy tends to get, like, laser focused in after a little bit. Like, his initial emotion can be blinding, but once he's sort of settled into it a bit, he tends to laser focus in. So it can help you with your strength and your power and your drive to continue having those emotions and let yourself feel them. And, like, you can do stuff that they won't expect. Law was expecting, I mean, not Law, Doflamingo was expecting them to do things in the right way and not do anything too reckless, but they didn't. And I really like the strategy of Luffy being like, fuck it, I'm doing this, I'm attacking now, Law. And it's so great because Law then has no choice but to go with Luffy's plan. And because if he doesn't go with Luffy's plan, Luffy's gonna punch him with a Red Hawk. Like, Law will get taken out by Luffy's punch, so he needs to do the plan. It's really, really great, and Doflamingo didn't expect it, and the Red Hawk hitting him was so hype, and Red Hawk's such a cool move as well. Like, I really love seeing it and going like, holy shit, this is a Red Hawk, this is great, you know? It's, like, become a genuine iconic move now. I thought back in Fishman Island when we saw Red Hawk that, like, oh, that's just a one-off thing, but it looks like that's actually a part of his arsenal of moves now, which is really cool. Because sometimes I feel like Luffy will use a move and it's like, no, this is a move specifically for this situation. But with this is like, Red Hawk is something that he's going to continue to use throughout the series, I imagine. And it's really fucking dope. It's really, really good. Also, what the hell is with his radio knife? Law's radio knife? I don't know what that is or does. I don't remember if we've been told about that or seen that before, but it's really fucking cool. I just don't know what how that works. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next episode. I'm not doing it right now because I need to go to bed. It's 4:07 a.m. But next time you see me, I'll be doing episode 699 of One Piece. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's. If you're, well, actually, I don't need to explain the recap Rubik's. This is the 4th video in the session. I'm recording this on a different day, so I thought I was recording a different video, and normally I explain what it is at the start of a video. And there's the cube complete. Okay, this episode's gonna be called An Ultimate Battle. Doflamingo shows his true colors. I don't know what his true colors could be. He's already shown that he's a dick. I guess shows his true powers, maybe, instead. He's pissed. I like how we can always hear his veins popping. That's alright, we got one good hit. Oh my gosh. Oh! Oh, sick! Holy shit! Oh! I do like that Luffy's just ignoring the fake one. Like, I think it's honestly like kind of a good strategy. She's so cute. Oh my gosh! He's got Luffy powers. Oh my gosh, she's like such a happy, cutesy person. But even she gets frustrated by Sabo. Oh. Oh my gosh, that was quick. The luring plan worked immediately. Wow. Oh my god. Yeah, well, you tied up all the people who could help you. Oh my gosh. Yes, Riku. Hell yeah. He's so cool. Oh, it's so cool. Good, good, good. Grenade? What the fuck? This is how to build back that loyalty. Oh. Nah, he's gonna help you out. Yeah, I mean, it's tough for the civilians. They don't know what the fuck to do. It's gonna be saved. Don't worry, saving countries is kind of what the Straw Hats do. They're really good at it. Aww. Yeah, it's hard when like they very easily sway people. Oh? Yeah, Fujitori's here. I like this music. Oh my gosh, a lot of awful shit. Double sixes. Hell yeah! Oh! Oh, That's some good animation! Whoa! Holy shit! Whoa, what a sequence! It's sad we don't have any, like, Chopper, Nami, like this, you know, Brook. But it makes sense. I mean, we haven't checked in with, like, Nami's side for a while. They're still being chased by Big Mom, right? Oh. This is so funny. Putting himself back together. Yeah, it makes sense that you can do it. You can slice you apart again. Oh, okay. Nice. I hate this. Oh! Shit, man. Oh, God. I hate that. Okay, good. You cut his snot apart. Oh, shit. He's trying to defend his family. There's so much shit going on. I love that it's a fast-paced battle. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. Shit, man. Shit, man. Oh. Haki infused kick. Oh my gosh, he kicked you far. And now it's pulling you back. Oh gosh, this is a lot like bloodbending. Oh! I expected something to happen to stop that, but nope. He just stabbed him. Or slashed him. Oh god. Yeah. Luffy didn't know that, right? Yeah. We're doing a flashback, or? Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Whatever that is really fucks with him. What? Okay. Yeah, I thought they'd show the father and he'd be like a very sweet man. Seems like he probably was. Sounds like a sweet man trying to do the right thing. Yeah, that's so fucked. Jesus. Oh. Oh my god. Interesting motivation. That's pretty complex. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we didn't get like a full flashback yet, and I imagine we probably will, because One Piece tends to do that. But like, I feel like we can put the pieces together so far. So it seems like Doflamingo was, you know, a celestial dragon, so like brought up as like a spoiled brat, right? That's that seems pretty obvious. And you know, he seemed like he was on his way to acting like all the other celestial dragons we've seen. They think everything's for them. They think the world should be catered to everything that they want. They don't care about what other people think or feel or whatever, right? And they think everyone else is below them. And it seems like from a young age, he had that feeling. And it sounds like his father started to go, you know what, we should not, we should like humble ourselves a bit and like not, you know, be in this, like in all of this crazy business. So it sounds like he moved them to a more humble, more like regular life, and probably didn't have slaves and didn't have people bowing down to them or whatever, just tried to live a normal life. And obviously the spoiled brat Doflamingo was not cool with that, not happy with that at all. And then also, I guess probably the royal families, the navy and whatever, don't love a family that's sort of showing themselves to be equal with the other people, and like probably other celestial dragons look down upon the celestial dragon family that lowers themselves to regular person standards. So Doflamingo killed his father, took his head to Marijois, and then Doflamingo seems to have said, but he knew that the Navy would never accept like a renegade family, like that they wouldn't, like no matter what, he's not getting the life that he wanted back, which is to just live in the fucking golden castles and have all the slaves he wanted, and like just basically live that like incredible life of royalty and luxury. They're not going to accept him anymore no matter what happens. So since it's already all fucked up, he wants to, in his own way, from the way I was reading his thing, get revenge on the celestial dragons that are still there. But the only way to like do that in the best way possible is like they dominate the world, they own the world, so instead just destroy the world that they own. You know, like it's the equivalent of like, you know, if you're mad at your younger sibling and you go and destroy their toys, like that's basically what he's doing, but their toy is the entire world. So it's funny because he is like, it's a motivation which is kind of complex, but at the same time it is the logic of a child. It is like he's an intelligent man with a lot of intelligent plans, but his logic is stuck back where his maturity stayed, which is when he was a kid. He killed his father. He probably had no parental figure to continue raising him properly as like a proper person, and it sounds like his parents didn't do a great job early in his life moving him away from that the values of like feeling like he's owed the world. So his whole maturity level is completely messed up, and so he really is just throwing a tantrum. And so I think that's actually like a really interesting motivation for Doflamingo. I feel like I'm getting him more and more. I really like Punk Hazard and Dressrosa, the way that they're slowly getting me to understand Doflamingo, a character that like originally I was like, okay, I get it, he's insane, that's the character, right? And that was, you know, like an insane person who likes to hurt people. That's an easy enough character to get a hold of. But the more and more I learn about him, the more I find him really interesting. Like the first major thing that made me go like, oh, this character's really great, is when I was talking about how he like treats his family properly. Like he actually treats them like a family. He actually cares about them. And now, I mean, we can also see, it seems like he probably does that because his actual family to him sucks. And so he doesn't have a proper family, and then he like chose his own family that will do the shit that he wants them to do, and will all revel in like living a life of luxury and hurting other people to do it and stuff, which he's happy with. But at the same time, you know, then he can have that familial love that he wanted to keep. But yeah, like finding out that he cared about his family and genuinely like, and didn't scold them too much for the mistakes they made and all of that, that was really interesting to me. And now the more we learn about him, the more I'm finding him interesting as well. Like now learning about his backstory, and it's like I'm finding him more interesting. I'm not finding him more tragic or anything. Like I'm not looking at him and going like, well, this is a story of like a sad guy and he's actually a victim or whatever. Like I'm learning that he's truly fucked up, you know, that he's really, really messed up. But I'm learning that through like like understanding him more and getting why he's doing what he's doing. And that's, I think, a really, like, something I really like in media. I like when you get backstories and all of that of villains. I feel like some people don't understand fully the purpose of like a villain backstory or whatever. It's not, generally, it's not necessarily to make them sympathetic. Sometimes it is, but generally it's not there to make them sympathetic. It's there to make you understand them. That's it. You don't have to agree with their motives or morals or why they're doing things or their worldview or anything. You don't have to go like, well, he makes a good point, but blah, 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 blah. Like, you don't have to do that. You can just say, no, he's a terrible guy and these are terrible things that he's doing, but I get it now. Like, it's really interesting finding out how someone can go that way, because then, like, you know, you can maybe think, well, how could we avoid someone else becoming like this in the future? It's not about like, well, he's technically right, just he just had to do this or this, you know? It's just about like, now we understand how someone can be this fucked up, and then think about, well, is there some way that we could have avoided this? You know, that we could have made it so that he didn't go this deep. Like, in this situation, is it like, if the parents were more parental, you know, to the kid earlier, like if the Celestial, I mean, like the first thing to think of is if the Celestial Dragons weren't a thing in the first place, you know, if they weren't given that royalty treatment, then all of this wouldn't happen. Because it seems like Doflamingo was also pissed about the fact that people hated their family. Like, that they not only were not like bowing to them and stuff, but also that they actually were mad at them, that they wanted them to suffer. And that, I think, as a kid, it's probably so much easier to see other people as others, you know, actually separate yourself from them and see them as lesser people when they hate you so much. You know, like, you won't even want them to like you at that point, because they're so horrible to you that you see them as the bad guys no matter what. Even though you're the family that's doing the horrible shit, it's so much easier to see them as the villains because they are treating you like villains. So yeah, I think it's very interesting. And like, sometimes people are like, oh, that backstory, I don't like how the author tried to make me feel bad for them or whatever. Generally, I don't think that's what the author's necessarily trying to do. Or you can feel some sympathy, but doesn't mean you have to agree with them, or that doesn't mean you have to go, yeah, well, I guess I agree with him now. Maybe he should have killed all those people or whatever, you know? There's nothing wrong with watching a backstory and go, wow, that's really interesting and tragic, or like, or I get it now, I understand why they're doing this. You can do all of that, and you can still also go, but this person needs to be fucking taken down, and I can't wait to see the look on their face when Luffy punches him in the face, you know? You're completely allowed to have all of those opinions at once, because that's the beauty of art. It's so complex, there's so many layers to it. It doesn't just have to be good guys, bad guys, or it can be he's just a bad guy, but at least we get to know why. He is just like purely a bad guy. It's not like he's an anti-hero or anything, but we get it. It's cool. It's really cool. I really like the sequence in this episode of Doflamingo and Luffy fighting. There was like a whole like one-shot sequence that it was like them going back and forth, and it was really fucking cool. There's some good animation in this arc lately. I liked the scene of Koala like telling off Sabo as well, because yeah, so far we've seen Koala's been very upbeat and cheerful and sweet, and I like her so much. She's definitely like one of my favorite characters. But now we see her doing, I mean, you know, she's now falling closer into like a Nami role, right? Where it's like, yeah, she's very happy and stuff, but then is just so fed up with her teammate. Like, she was being basically like Nami to Luffy, is what she was doing to Sabo. We're just like taking him aside and being like, listen to me, I need to, and like actually stretching out the face is something that Nami does to Luffy as well. But it's like, just listen to me, you need to stop doing this and stop making trouble for everyone and stuff. So yeah, it's really great. I just love Koala. I like that Luffy is not, like, he's not getting caught up facing the fake Doflamingo. He knows, like, that's a fake one. So I don't want to just be standing here fighting this one. So he's trying to like beeline to the real Doflamingo. And I like that. I think one, it's good for like Luffy's impatience. Like it works for his character. But two, like if you beat that fake Doflamingo, it's just string. Theoretically, he can just like, we haven't seen too much of a limit on string. Like he probably has some sort of limit, but it feels like he is so absurdly powerful and there's so much shit going on that if you're waiting for his limit to run out, it's probably not gonna happen. I mean, he fucking made the whole birdcage around the island. Now, admittedly, maybe because he made the birdcage, his powers are weaker now because he's having to maintain all the string up there. So maybe he has less string to work with now, and then when he has and he's also, you know, using string to control so many of the other people, and when he's using some string on Bellamy and then also using some string on his clone, maybe the actual Doflamingo then has less to actually work with himself. So far we've never, I don't feel like, seen him be like, you know, preoccupied with doing one bit of string work that the other falters. I feel like I kind of want to see that, where it's like, you know, he's focusing on too much shit and that's going to be his downfall because he's trying to do everything at once. I think that would be fun to see. But he just seems like fucking insanely powerful right now, which is good because it's a great villain. He's a really good villain. And I like that he's a villain that, like, as far as I know, his body isn't made up of string. He controls string, right? He creates and controls string all he wants or whatever. But it's not like a Logia fruit or whatever where his body is made up of it. So, like, theoretically, if we cut off his head, like we tried to cut off the fake's head, right? And that, you know, it was made completely of string, so it didn't work, right? But if we cut off the real one's head, theoretically he's dead, you know? Like there's no coming back from that. Why was I saying that? Oh yes, but to me that makes it very interesting that it's like there is a clear path to victory here. Sometimes it's like when you're facing someone like Crocodile or someone and you're like, okay, he's just a god. Like how do we beat a person like this, or Eneru or whatever, you know, someone with a Logia fruit? You're like, this just feels insane. There feels like there's no clear way to beat him, and you have to find whatever the weakness is or whatever. I mean, it post time skip, that's not as much of a thing because you can actually kind of just beat them with Haki, it seems like, but still, it's like that's the thing that the One Piece villains often have. But this, it's like Doflamingo is just extremely talented and like very good with his power, but his power doesn't make him basically invincible. So it makes the stakes more interesting because he actually has to defend himself. And if you get a hit on him like Luffy did in the last episode, that's going to be a legit hit that actually like affects him because he can't just like reform his body. So I think it's really cool, and I hope that the show continues to lean more into the characters having more creative powers like this that aren't just their body turns into something. Because if you know, the body turns into something stuff, it makes sense that they would be the most powerful people in the One Piece world. So like logically that tracks and that's perfect for the series. But I think, you know, that seeing stuff like this really makes it clear that I feel like the battles are even better and more interesting when the characters aren't just that. But yeah, anyway, I think that's all I want to talk about for this episode. So thank you very much for watching One Piece, episode 699. Next episode, we break through 700. I'm really excited. It's funny as well. Like I'm recording this on December 23rd. This video is going up on Christmas Day on my Patreon account. It'll be going up several weeks later on my YouTube account, right? But like, yeah, that means that next video on my Patreon account, next video is the last One Piece that we're doing in the year, and that's going to be breaking through 700. So very exciting. I'm looking forward to it. But thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. You can get the next 20 or so episodes on there right now. You can also join my YouTube membership down below to get 1 week early on edited videos. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.